Welcome back to Anime Vice's 3-Minute Expert. This week we're going to shift away from the world of mechs and lollies and into something a little more godly, like, gods. Japan's views on gods are primarily influenced by one of the nation's primary religions, Shinto, which brings us the concept of kami. Kami is generally translated as God and occasionally misused horribly by some otaku.
My Comi has a first name, it's L-I-G-H-T.
Anyone who actually says, "Oh my kami" out loud should be smacked. But the gods of Shinto are probably more like the minor deities in Greek mythology than like a Judeo-Christian god. Shinto deities generally belong to objects, a mountain, a river, even a rock, and are generally pretty human in nature. They have desires, influences, errors, and biases. But once you fuse the relatively open concept of kami with the imaginations of anime and manga creators, you can wind up with some pretty unique ideas. One of my favorite series ever is called Kamichu, a sweet comedy with a light touch about a girl who wakes up one morning to discover that she is, in fact, a god, which doesn't change any facet of her otherwise normal life, from chores to her unrequited crush. More often, though, gods are separated out from the humans whose lives they influence. Take, for example, Spice and Wolf, which features the wolf goddess Horo helping out a merchant in exchange for his company on her travels north.
You could bring me good fortune.
I believe you are adorable.
Of course, not all anime gods are based on Eastern influences. The gorgeous goddesses of Oh My Goddess are all named after the Norns, the Norse gods of fate, Urd, Skuld, and Verdandi. And then there's Saint Oniisan, a hilarious manga that puts Jesus and Buddha on an extended vacation together living as roommates in modern Japan. But probably no god is as prominent in anime as the Shinigami, the death god, which is actually loosely based on the European Grim Reaper. It may have carried over in the late 19th century, but Japan has definitely made the Shinigami a creature all its own in series like Bleach, Death Note, and many, many others. As usual, this is just a scratch on the surface of gods in anime and manga, so feel free to share your own personal pantheons in the comments, and tune back in next week for another 3-Minute Expert at Anime Vice.